March down the field.
Here, Mendel.
Gosh, good.
Thank you.
Ay, did it da my ay, ho, you did it, ay, did it da my did it, I did it da. Ay, did it da my ay, ho, you did da my ay, did it, my did it, I did it da. Say ay, did it da my ay, did it da. Ay, ho, ya did I da. Ay, did it da my ay, did it da. Ay, ho, ya did I. Ay, hey, ay, did it down, ay, did it down, ay, did it down, I did it down, ay, oh, ay, I did it down, ay, did it down, I did it down, did it, ay, oh, did it down, ay, oh, did it down, ay, oh, ay, my nam, ay, hold it down, ay, hold it down, ay, hoy, ay, did that down, ay, hoy, did him, ay, did that down, I did it down, hey, ay, did that down, ay, hoy, did that, hey, I did that down, I did it down, hey, ay, did it down, ay, hold it down, ay, hoy, ay, dam, ay, oh, did it dam, ay, oh, did it dam, ay, oh, ya, did I am, hey, ay, did it dam, ay, did it dam, ay, did it dam, hey, did it dam, hey, oh, ya, ay, did it dam, ay, did it dam, ay, did it dam, hey, did it dam. Hey, ay, did it down, ay, oh, did it down, ay, oh, ya, did I my nam, ay, oh, did it down, ay, oh, did it down, ay, oh, ya, did I walk, ay, did it down, ay, oh, you did it down, hey, I did it down, I did it down, ay, did him, oh, you did him, ay, did that down, I did it down. Hey, ay, oh, did it down, ay, oh, did it down, ay, oh, ya, did I my nam, ay, oh, did it down, ay, oh, did it down, ay, oh, how did I am, ay, did it down, ay, did it down, ay, did it down, hey, did it down, oh, hey, ay, did it down, hey, I did it down, I did it down, I did it down, hey, oh, did it down, I did it down, oh, how did I am, I did it down, I did it down, I did it down, oh, I did it,
Nice to have laid back, huh?
Yeah, this sounds like home.
Nice job, Larry. Hey kids, what time is it?
Time for Gezintahait.
It is time for Gezintahait. And the story for tonight is called Hashem is my helper. Our Rebbe relates. Usually these stories are told by the previous Rebbe, and the Rebbe gives over the story. But this one is a story from our Rebbe, and he tells us a great wonder, a great miracle that took place while the previous Rebbe was under arrest. Remember Stalin and all the bad stuff? Well, they arrested the previous Rebbe. And this is a miracle, the Rebbe said, which was not apparent at the time it happened. But after reflecting on those events, we can see something occurred which was completely higher than nature. As soon as the news of the previous Rebbe's arrest spread around, dozens thank you, of Jews began working for his release. They sent and even signed letters asking the government officials for their assistance in releasing the Rebbe. Now you have to understand, in the days of Stalin, even if they didn't do anything against the government, they would get arrested and sent to Siberia for 20 years. And here they were signing letters to get the Rebbe out of jail.
Yeah.
And they also visited those in charge of the Rebbe's fate and tried to influence their decision openly. All of their efforts were done knowing the draconian, how do you like that? Draconian,
there's a $20 college word for it.
and paranoid nature of the government. The previous Rebbe's Chassidim, in particular, were closely monitored, even when he wasn't under arrest, by the secret police for any sign of rebellion. And for their part, the Jews who worked to save the Rebbe knew that they were being watched and their movements were being documented. Nevertheless, we see a wondrous thing. Not one of those Jews was harmed, neither in body or soul, and not their money and not their livelihoods were affected. True, our sages say that those who are involved in mitzvahs are protected from harm. In this case, however, these Jews knowingly went into great danger, which typically negates the protection offered to the one who's doing a mitzvah. The wonder is even greater in light of the reality that both before the arrest and after his release, many connected to the Rebbe were ferociously persecuted by the government. But these guys who openly tried to get him out were not touched. Furthermore, their going unscathed was an even greater miracle than the unexpected freedom of the previous Rebbe. This is what our Rebbe said. The previous Rebbe's release was a great miracle. But the fact that these people who worked for his release, nothing happened to them, was a greater miracle than the release of the Rebbe. The Rebbe's release was apparently connected to natural means. There was pressure on the government from both inside and outside of Russia. But according to any rational consideration, those who petitioned the high officers in person should have been arrested, or even worse. On a spiritual level, the release of the Rebbe was connected to his Mesiras Nefesh, his willingness to give away his life in spreading Torah and mitzvah, as well as to the merit of his ancestors, the previous Rebbes. Still, his release came only after the pain of prison, torture, and exile. But among the Jews who worked for his release were those who didn't devote their lives to Torah. They even included people who are not observant at all. It's possible the Rebbe either brought about or explained, or both, their amazing protection when he said a mimer immediately after being informed of his release. It began with the verse from Tehillim, from the Psalms, Havaya, Yud and a Hey and a Vav and a Hey, is my helper. That's the name of Hashem. And the previous Rebbe said Hashem is his helper. And this appears to imply that I have many helpers, and Havaya is one of them. But really, there's nothing other than Hashem who helps in every aspect. And through this, the previous Rebbe ruled legally when he said that thing, that Hashem is my helper. It was a legal ruling that all those who helped him should be saved. not through the merit of the Rebbe, nor from their own merit, but through the one who is alone. And the reason is, their efforts did not involve logic or weighing consequences. Therefore, the assistance they received was from a source beyond logic, Hashem himself. And such a unification is impossible to reach by natural means, but only through complete self-sacrifice. They sacrificed themselves for the previous Rebbe. So really, they never really put themselves in a position where they would need a miracle to be saved. Rather, their actions were manifestations of Havaya, the name which indicates Hashem's transcendence over nature. Accordingly, one might assume they deserved no reward for going into danger, because the assistance they provided the Rebbe was truly from Hashem, not from themselves. But the Holy One, Hashem, does not hold back the reward of any of his creations, and certainly not the reward due to those who put their lives on the line to free the Rebbe. Jews have free choice, and when they choose to help the Rebbe, they become helpers. Therefore, they receive the reward for their help. And this does not contradict the fact that the ultimate helper is Hashem, who shines through and reveals himself through these people. As a result, they not only escaped harm by helping the Rebbe, they also received the reward. In the end of the mimer that the previous Rebbe said, the Rebbe revealed that his real helpers were the sparks he redeemed, the selection of the good from the bad in his exile. And they are the true helpers of a person. Every time you do a good thing, you're taking the spark of good that fell into the world and redeeming it. And each good deed a person does acquires for that person a helping angel. Just as his students of the previous Rebbe, whom he chose, and who chose him, became his helpers, and are considered his children in the same way, these spiritual helpers are also considered his students and children. We should take a look at this story. It's very, very deep. We want Mashiach now.
Amen.
Are we going to have a rock and Naguni now?
Unbegin.
It's not going to be a rocket. It's the...
No rock and Naguni?
When I get apocalyptic.
It's a soulful Naguni. Is there a difference between soul music? Is there a difference between soul music and rock and roll music?
One is roll and rock, and one is rock and roll.
Whoa.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
It's apocalyptic.
Yeah. That's what I was doing. I think.
I'm going to sing with you.
ay, 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 hey, ya, hoy la roya, mama, 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 oh la roya, oh nam, mama, ya, mama, mama, la roya, oh nam, mama, ya, 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 mama, 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 mama.
Boys, that's the soul talking, expressing itself right here in Gezintahait Street.
And now for Chassidus.
So, last week we spoke about Avram Avinu, who went out from himself to reach his true self. And as is our custom, Gimel Elef is going to tell us again the same information, so that we have a chance really to absorb it.
And of course we know, B'Tzalel, that when Avram Avinu said he's going to find the true self, we know that Jackie Mason told him, what if you're the real me and you owe me $100?
Were you talking about the descent into Egypt?
No, he went to Canaan.
Oh, I thought you might be talking
No, this is when he
No,
went
Lech
before
Lecha.
that.
Lech
Before,
Lecha.
this is before that. This is from last week when he went from Ur Kasdim to...
Oh.
yeah. So, we know that Hashem tells our forefather
In other
Abraham...
words, why not just lech? Why not just go? Lech lecha. Go to yourself. Go to your true self.
Right.
Well, and not just that. And then, La'artzecha, to your land...
From your land.
From your land, from Meladetecha, from your birthplace, and mi beis avicha, from your father's house. Meaning, go
Can't be
out
from
of your land.
Ur Kasdim, it has to be from Haran.
Oh, from Haran, you're right, sorry.
Good,
Ukastim
that's
was
right.
before that, yeah, you're right, Ray. You see, this is why we need a parsha buffer.
That's why we pay the big bucks later.
Exactly. The B'Tzalel, that's why he gets paid twice as much as we do.
Yeah.
So out of your land means out of your self-limitations. Meaning out of your place of birth, right, means...
Nature, right?
Nature, yeah. So out of your self-limits means the land means your environmental influences, right? Your land means the things that's around you that influences you. Your place of birth means the nature that you're steeped in. And your father's house is your habits that you've developed. And where do you go? He says, Lech lecha, go to yourself. Go to your true, essential self. To the land that I will show you. What's a land? Land indicates the will to know one's true inner desire.
Is Eretz.
It's Eretz.
Right, yeah.
I thought Malchus was Eretz.
Huh? Also, because Malchus is the Rasim for the next level. You know?
It's the
Kesser of the
right.
in
The
other words,
Malchus becomes the Kesser.
Malchus of the higher level becomes Kesser of the lower level.
B'tzalel, I finally understand that whole connection. All of this can be
We're going to do a
accomplished.
song soon. You'll.
I couldn't find any instruments. Somebody took them last night, maybe.
No,
I
don't
don't
worry.
even play the harmonica. I looked for 30 minutes.
Don't
But
worry.
I found some
play.
Japanese
You
whiskey
brought
for
the,
you, man.
You brought a special thing, present. All of this can be accomplished. Now listen, this was something Avraham Avinu did, but why is the Torah telling us about this? You know, the Torah is miloshen hayra'ah, right? It's hayra'ah, meaning that it is an instruction on what we should do. So why are we telling about Avraham? It's not just to tell us about Avraham, because we can do it. How can we do this? We can accomplish all of this through Hasidic service. First, we go out of our self-limits. How? By connecting to the infinite. Now the Alter Rebbe, he made the revolution, the Chabad Chassidus, and this is and the way he did it was that in order to accomplish this, you don't have to have a lofty soul, and you don't have to go through self-mortification.
And you don't have to take an El to Eretz Yisrael.
Yeah, exactly. It rhymes too. And you don't have to go through self-mortification to become refined so that you understand godliness. Rather, we can, every one of us, accomplish this through our Chabad, through our intellect. That through Chabad, we can understand, right? Because from our own soul, how our own soul works, we can understand the godly attributes. Like it says, Mi besari achuze elika. From my flesh, I grasp Hashem. Meaning, from my own self, I can understand Hashem. A person knows that he has a soul. He might not know exactly what a soul is, but we do know how it works. Right? Its powers enliven the body. Now, here's how the Chassidus service works. There's three things. There's Chochmah, Bina, and Das, Chabad. Chochmah is the nullification and the faith that Hashem brought us out of the constraints of slavery of Egypt so that we should serve Him and He should be our God by giving us the Torah. Because Chochmah is before you understand any explanations. It's an intuitive sort of knowing. Then there's Bina, his Bainanus, contemplation, understanding and comprehension of the Vikings of the king from whose world, which is his name, and all existence is enlivened and brought into being through his name. Because his voids is his name, is right? Malchusay, right? Because like a king's, what does it mean? It says that the Shem Amelech Nikra Aleim, the name of the king is called upon them. What it means his name is called upon them. Like you just said, his decrees is called upon them. Yeah.
Kriya.
Yeah. And then there's Das, which Das is not like people like they call knowledge, but it doesn't mean like a knowledge of facts. Right, the wisdom, the understanding, knowledge.
Bonding.
Yes, yes, exactly.
That's it.
Bonding. It's
knowledge of bonding, like a parent bonds with the child. He knows that the parent knows the child. Not that they know the child intellectually. Yeah, I know this child. How do I know this child? Yeah, I know this child. He's 3 feet tall. He has a curly hair. No, they know the child. They bond with the child.
And that could be anybody's. That could also be anybody's kid.
Organically. Bitzalel, tell the Rabbi Reichik story.
What's Rabbi Tzvi?
The Rabbi Reichik story with the love for a
Weren't you
child.
in California?
There's one that holds that you shouldn't shower after the mikvah.
Rabbi Shimi Reichik,
the
you mean, all of a
old
sudden.
one, right?
It was the father, like.
Shimmy's father, I'm talking about.
I don't want to touch Lashon Hara about that
Don't,
right now.
then don't.
I have nothing good to say. Sorry.
Then don't say
I don't
anything.
think you knew him.
No, not him. The grandchildren.
No, I don't know the grandchildren.
so-
Rabbi Reichik was an older.
Tell you
The
about-
old people are great. I'm talking about the
Talking
new
about Rabbi
generation.
Reichik.
Anyway, say the story.
One time I asked him, why is it that I love my kids with such an essential love? Why is it it's not enough for me to know they're my kid and I have to take care of them? Why do I have to have this essential love for them? And he stopped for a minute and he thought and he said, because Hashem wants you to know how He loves you.
Isn't that something?
Isn't there another story that
He
Hashem,
wants
he
you
makes
to
love
know
your child like this, so you
the
should
way he
know
loves
how he
you.
loves
Is it?
I'm going to listen to you in a second. Hashem wants you to know the way that he loves you, just like a parent loves a child.
Well, that doesn't work for me, but yeah.
Well, it could be how a child loves a parent.
Maybe my grandfather, man.
There you go. How your grandfather loved you.
My parents
how you're
deserve
davening with all the kids around and they're bothering you and you're wrecking your concentration.
Mine?
Yeah.
No. There's people who say that, but it doesn't bother me.
I thought there was a story you once told me.
Now, this is also, like not just like a parent knows a child, but for example, like Adam knew Eve. I mean, he knew her. He knew her means they bonded as one. Through Das, one bonds with the essence of the thing itself. In this case, the thing itself being godliness, which the thing being explained by Chochmah and Bina, the Das bonds with it and becomes one with it, with it. Right? And what's the source of this Das? How does this Das come about? This Das comes about through the Chush.
Oh,
The Chush. How will you explain the Chush, Betzalel?
It's a concentration on a desire.
Right. Yes, it's a concentration. That's, by the way, that's textbook. That's like a Mittel Rebbe textbook. It's his voice only in English. Now this, how Das reaches the essence of the Chochmah and Bina, I'll explain it. What's the essence? Hashem himself. Now in a second we're going to do an example we're going to give an example of Bina. That was of the Bina. Okay? And it's going to be this Baininus. But first I think, Amigen.
I was going to do if the mikvah was mashka.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We'll get it back.
One second, when you remind yourself, the milk was mashke, it has been not mashke, then all the angels in the heaven, the fish in the sea. Oh, that's not as well. Yeah, then there's was mashke and I was a duck. I swim to the bottom and drink my way up. Tell me how long do I have to wait? Can I get my shliach now, or must I hesitate? But the mikvah's not mashke and I'm not a duck. I swam to the bottom, I was swimming up. Tell me how long do I have to wait? Can I get my shliach now, or must I hesitate? Oh, the angels in the heaven and the fish in the sea, they are asking for forgiveness for you and for me. Oh, tell me how long do I have to wait? Shliach now, or must I hesitate? Oh, baby, stay, I ain't lying. The people down here, they're sick and they dying. Tell me how long do I have to wait? Can I get my shliach now, or must I hesitate? Come on, children, gonna have some fun. You ain't seen nothing like the Holy One. Tell me how long do I gotta wait? Can I get my shliach now, or must I hesitate? Hey, the way. Can I get Mashiach now? Almost a Now for an example of his violence. Woohoo! Nothing makes itself.
Nothing makes itself.
Yeah, nothing. By the way, that's a deep statement because it can be read so many ways. Nothing makes itself, or nothing actually makes itself.
That's right. Ma'ayin.
So we start to contemplate how this works. When godliness is understood, at first it is realized to be a very rarefied and elegant and sophisticated intellectual endeavor. But finally it is realized to be much more than that. It's not just an amazing, fascinating intellectual exercise, rather it is a godly intellect, which, when we comprehend it, causes one to feel happy and satisfied with what he has understood. Self-feeling. He feels himself. I feel happy. Now at the same time, in Yiddish we say simultaneously, he feels bitter and self-nullified. Why? Wait, you understand it. Because after all, he has not gotten God himself. Only an explanation of how God works, in how God contracts himself to relate to the worlds and creations. He has to do contractions and make himself the light. He has to contract the light so that he can make worlds. An example of how contemplation allows one to go out. Lech lecha, go to yourself. Some countries are cold. Some countries are hot. Some grow stuff and others go on different stuff. There's actually a couple of countries that go almost nothing at all. According to the climate and the chemistry of the earth in this spot. Some places, not just plants, we're not talking about just growing plants, but some places grow smart people, and some places grow strong people, or beautiful people.
That's true.
All according to the mazolis, the constellations, and the physical position on the earth, and how they react to the heavenly bodies, the sun and the moon and the stars, etc., which they themselves are mere manifestations of spiritual powers. And each particular species, and even each particular creature, not just the species as a whole, but every individual creature is influenced and made to grow according to its own mazel. One dude has a sweet voice. Why? Because the mazel for that person's voice is kindness, chesed. Right? Just like we know, like that
One guy sounds like Tom Waits.
Yeah, some have gvura too. You know, gvura can be beautiful sometimes. Also.
It is.
Yeah.
Very, very beautiful.
Yeah.
Very human.
Yeah.
Human and beautiful.
And yeah, because gravel is something that humans know about. Mm-hmm. And not just a person, because we know that, like, for example, in Likkutei Torah, the Alter Rebbe explains. Yeah, the Alter Rebbe explains in Likkutei Torah that, like, when a fruit has sweetness, that also comes from the chesed, from the kindness. And those mazolis, those consolations, are ultimately, they're also not their own thing, even though we know there's people who would serve the consolations, because they didn't realize, they thought the consolations was self-sufficient. They didn't realize that they are themselves under the influence and direction of the wheel angels. That the dregs of the wheel angels, meaning the waste matter of the wheel angels, create the spiritual energy for the turning, because that's the wheel angels, they turn and they turn. And because of their turning, they cause all the constellations and all the stars and everything to turn around. for all the galaxies and all the myriad spiritual turntables that join the spiritual universe. And each troop of this heavenly array of real angels. What?
Yeah, that's what we said, the wheel angel.
Yeah, if you know in Hebrew, a bicycle we call ofnayim.
They're the ones that rise up to the seraphim during Kedusha.
No, that's them with the holy animal.
Yeah, they find them also, yeah. They go to the next one and then they go to the next one. So each troop of the heavenly array is 10,000 times 10,000 members. This is 100 million, I think.
No, I think it's 1 million.
No.
Yeah?
10,000. It's not 1,000 by 1,000. It's 10,000 by 10,000.
Okay.
So it's 100 million. Don't ask me how I know this. Bitzalel, when I'm not doing this, I'm an accountant. Well, the troops. So this is each troop, right? The troops, which by the way, even though it sounds like a big number, but 100 million, this is a limited thing. This is Elon Musk gains or loses this in one day, 100 million. It's not an infinite number. But even though each troop itself is limited, however, how many troops are there? Beyond counting. And the wheel angels in turn receive from the holy animals, the Chayos HaKodesh, which is the face of the lion, the face of the eagle, and the face of the bull, and the face of the man. Right? Like we know the prophecy from Ezekiel, the vision of was it Ezekiel?
Yeah, it was Ezekiel.
Had a vision, right, where it discusses this.
Zeke saw the wheels.
Which this is the source and the template for all living creatures. Again, if you don't mind me going back to the Kutitera, boy, do I love that book. Actually, those two books. that the tame animals, for example, come from the bull, and the wild animals come from the lion. But so too, all of creation they come from one of these things. And these in time, meaning these
Animals, the holy animals.
Yeah, the holy animals, the Chayos HaKodesh. They receive from who?
The Seraphim.
The Seraphim, the binding angels, like I said before.
Sometimes called the archangels.
Yeah, the archangels.
What would you call the angels that visited Avram?
No, those were Seraphim.
Archangels.
Those were Seraphim. It was Mechoil and Gabriel.
But they didn't come in their capacity as angels. They came in
They're
capacity.
seraphim, they're fiery angels.
They came in capacity not as fiery angels, but as messengers from God.
No, you're right. By the way, you're right.
Human
Usually,
form?
What?
Did they come in a human form this time?
Yeah.
But not as like a cherub.
no, it's Seraphim.
In a
The
real
binding
human, like a
angels.
human form, right?
Yeah, but see, I'll
Yes,
tell you.
they
You
didn't
asked
come
me
as
the
angels,
question.
they came as
No, I'll tell you.
messengers.
No, usually, first of all, usually you cannot see them, right? You cannot see them. But first of all, we're talking about Avraham Avinu, right? And B, we're talking about Hashem sent them on a mission. So when Hashem sends them on a mission, they're able to take on a physical appearance in order to complete this mission.
Like that guy who jumped out of the car.
Wait, which guy who jumped out?
Wait,
of the
I'll
car?
tell you. I'll tell you later.
This guy. And these fiery angels express their love, actually all of them, in their love and awe for the king, ascending 3 levels of realization. Right? What's the first one?
Holy.
No, you're right, that's what it should be.
The Ophanim said the whole world is.
So which one is exalted Hashem?
What?
What's exalted is Hashem? Is
Holy, holy, holy.
first is Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh,
3
holy,
levels.
holy, holy. 3 levels.
Is that why there's a separation? There's a line between the first Kadosh and the second 2.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't have an exact
It
source.
has to be a space. That's a space.
I think-
They're calling you to pause.
I think
there.
that they gave God 3 crowns, and He kept one for Himself, and that's His space, and He gave the other 2 to the Jewish people.
Amazing.
That's what I.
Thanks. I'm always looking for
Now, this means Hashem.
It was a question that Baruch had with that space deal there.
Baruch?
Yeah, it was a question he had with what you're asking.
Baruch Hyman?
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, Leib, don't feel bad. If Baruch had a question on this, you have what to stand on. By the way, that makes sense because it makes sense. Leib would have a question like Baruch. Exalted is Hashem from this whole heavenly and earthly. By the way, people think, oh, here's the earth and Hashem is in the heaven. No! Oh, good timing. Hashem is exalted from even the heavens. People think, oh, by the way, this is actually the source of Avodah Zarah, of idol worship, right? Of the people who serve the stars and the things, and maybe there was very smart people before that they would serve the one that serve the angels and the heavens.
They think that Hashem can't be separate and connected at the same time, and he can't be changed either.
Yeah, but here's the
should
thing:
not
they
be
don't
able to be
realize.
changed.
What they don't realize is that
Right.
to Hashem,
Right.
to Hashem, the earth and
I have to think it through.
to Hashem,
Teaching.
to Hashem, the earth and the heavens is all the same. The earth and the heavens is also a creation, just like the earth. Right? This is what the people think. Oh, right? They're saying, oh, the heavens. What the heavens? Hashem created the heavens like created the earth. And all this is only from what? Shem Aleichem, Shemoy Aleichem Nikra. His name is called upon them. The speech is the decree of the king, the Malchus of this, right? Just like
It means that all those myriads of troops and all that whole deal
all of it
is only from Hashem's name. It's not from Hashem himself.
Yeah, meaning it's only from his decree because he decreed it. Because Baruch She'omar v'hoya ha'olam.
Yes.
Blessed is he who spoke and the world was.
Blessed be he who speaks and does.
Well, that's the next part. Yeah. oh, you were jumping. Do jumps their guns.
So from that, we learn that if you're going to say something, you better follow up.
Yeah. Well, this is because Adam el-Elyon, a person is supposed to emulate Hashem.
That's right.
That's how we be holy. Why? Kodesh ani, because I am holy.
We are made in his image.
Now, as far as we have ascended in understanding how Hashem works in the created worlds, we have reached only a glimmer and a gleam of a reflection, not even of Hashem, but only of a ray of his name.
We're like ants under a rock, man.
And by the way, that was an understatement. It's because I can't keep saying it infinitely, because even though I am over 3,000 years old, at the end of the day, my time is limited, and so I can't keep. But really, it's more than that. But I'm just trying to get the idea across. But really, it's a glimmer of a gleam of a reflection of a ray of a glimmer of a gleam of a reflection.
You're
of
a
a
puppet
ray.
in the hand of the maker.
Oh, because I am a puppet in the hand of the maker. That's right, boy. So this is just a reflection of a glimmer, of a gleam, of a ray of how he works in enlivening and bringing the creation into being. Now from this, like we said before, two simultaneous and contradictory feelings result. A, satisfaction and happiness in learning this, because this is, as we can all agree, quite mind-blowing. Knowing and comprehending his awesome works, right? How great are your works, Hashem. And B, bitterness and realization of our own insignificance in the face of this greatness, and the fact that Hashem himself is now, we realize, much farther away. The more we understand his workings, the more, in Chassidus, the more you know, the farther away you become. Now, by the way, really, the closer you become farther from understanding Him and closer to Him.
It's incumbent upon every adult to learn the Seder Estashlos.
Absolutely. Every adult, man, woman, and also every child to their ability, says the Rebbe. And this is not just for Jews. This is also every human being must understand this. Now,
Also another.
so this is why.
It's also another one of your teachings.
Now, even though by the understanding brings us closer to Hashem, in terms of intellect, it makes us realize that how little we understand and how far we are also. Although there is, or at least should be, a flash of a realization of the prime mover himself. And ideally this contemplation causes a thirst, like fiery flames of desire, to be included in godliness. Now, anyways, end quotation. All of this above what we spoke about is an example of detailed contemplation. Right? This is Vayeira's contemplation. But for us, we start with the general thing. Thank you, Hashem, for the soul you give me, and for the Torah that helps me live, and for the brachas that you draw down to me. Thank you, Hashem, I love you so. Live a niggin. Oh, that's quite the intro.
This is not blood. This is cholent.
How you got the cholent in your nose? Well, okay. we all been there and done that, like.
Right.
Bitzalel, this stuff is fire. I got to tell you.
All this lofty talk. We'll have to do.
Oh. Allah megavos echoso mishem elem negesay hasalei molei negesay kay aliyah sheba'alei no yitzar medas bevino ve'as kay achogula no six
We need an empty cup. We need to stole a bottle out of the
Now we bring it back to Lech Lecha. Go out from yourself.
And we're going out with this tune right now.
From your father's place, from your land, etc., your traditions and environment. Everything in Torah is a teaching to us, not just an old, quaint story. And furthermore, we must live with its spiritual dynamic today in our lives. But Tzalil, sometimes at some point they say, I have an appeal. But Tzalil, I think you built it in right here. I think I don't need no appeal. This is an appeal. We must live with it in its spiritual dynamics today in our lives. So the question arises, if Abraham works, if he was working to prepare the world to receive the Torah, wait a second. So if that's what he was doing, we received the Torah. We received it already. So then what lesson can we take from this story? They should have taught this to the guys who received the Torah and left us alone.
No, we are the guys that received the Torah. What do we need to Lech Lecha?
That's why we need to Lech Lecha, because the Torah is given anew every single day. So we must always prepare ourselves to receive it.
Good Gezak.
2, Abraham was promised 10 countries, but only 7 were materialized. When they conquered Eretz Yisrael, they only took 7. But the 3 other countries, Keni, Knizi, and Kadmoini, they are promised to us when Mashiach comes. Now, let me tell you, my dear, see, Bitzalel, now I can say this. My dear brothers and sisters who I love so much. Let me tell you the story of the temptress.
Right.
There was once a king.
Maybe we should continue it next week.
Yeah, we'll tell the story of the temptress. Yeah, I guess we're getting on time, aren't we? Well, how about one more niggin and then we sign off?
Good.
Well, where is that? Where's that? The Poltava. Poltava? Your choice. You tell me. We can do something different if you have something in your mind.
He has it written on the cuff of his tuxedo.
Gee whiz.
No, it's interesting. Al kaf yodai, on the cuff of his hand. We're going to do this one. We're going to do something else. You tell me, like, up to you.
Want to do Anonymous Bureaus?
Oh,
Oh, you want to do that?
let's do that. But your volume is a little bit low for this to wake.
Is it flavor or tobacco?
It's poison. Just suck on it.
Sorry, are you doing the thing? I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. You don't win.
I thought you guys were fine.
It's Moshe for you. By the way, by the way, we're going to incorporate this. There's a teaching from the Baal Shem Tov. When another Jew needs something, you stop everything you're doing. You make sure that another Jew has what he needs.
Do you do it again? Push this?
Yeah, but now we're going to do a niggin, which is very subtle and gentle. Okay, so you can know. But we get okay.
Princess of the palace.
You know the carrot juice, man?
Yeah, he's a chasna. By the way, Mazel Tov, because Yeshua has his son is getting married.
His son finally is getting
By the way,
married.
me and the Chaim Mitki, we have tickets.
You know who I'm talking about?
They might be
I
canceled.
don't like the word gezer.
I don't know about that. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No idea. I just don't like the word gezer. It sounds weird to my head.
Gezer,
I don't know, I just say that.
Oh, you know why? Because it means a gezeira.
No, can I tell you why? But I don't want it to be on camera. Is it on camera?
Okay, so say later.
Okay.
Ready? Go.
Hit it, baby. Remember, kids, Gezintahait.
Just like